y'all keep voting for these hypocrites? This video is brought to you by TatumReport.com, TatumReport.com. The link is in the description section. Brand new website, 100% verified news, 100% free. Y'all were asking me, B. Tatum, where do we get information? Where can we get things that are accurate, that we can trust, that are trustworthy, that are not left-leaning lunacy? Well, I developed a website just for you. Go on and subscribe. Also, if you feel compelled, donate. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is more than a website. This is a movement that we all can share together. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live or make a video. Like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get into this. So, ladies and gentlemen, Bill de Blasio. I mean, everybody watching this channel know who he is, and you know he's terrible. He has done nothing productive in the city in which he is responsible for. I don't understand how we've gotten to this point, but we're in a bad position, ladies and gentlemen. Bill de Blasio, not we, New York is in a bad position. Bill de Blasio cannot be truthful for 30 seconds. These leftists, I want people to understand this, and I know that I get excited. I get, I go over the edge sometimes, and maybe if you're a liberal, you have a hard time listening to me. But I just want to keep it real for a few minutes right now. Bill de Blasio and a lot of these leftist politicians are so disingenuous till I don't understand how anybody votes for these people. They say one thing and they do another. They claim to be helping the community, but they're destroying the community. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to show you an example of what Bill de Blasio said to the world. And then you're going to be able to watch what the actual fallout of his actions are. Roll the film.
We now have fewer people in our jails than any time since World War II. And we are safer for it and better for it.
What more can be said? Ladies and gentlemen, we had to add music in there because I think it's funny. Because he's a clown. He is a clown. He is a clown. If you are really, I don't understand this. If you really care about the people like I do, I care about people. I genuinely am concerned about individuals. When I was a police officer, I risked my life for other people. I genuinely care. I don't understand how you genuinely care. And you know when you got up in front of the podium with Black Lives Matter on the podium, with brothers behind you saying we have more people out of prison now than ever before. When you are painting Black Lives Matter in the middle of the street in front of Trump Tower, you are doing all of these things and you hear the reports of your city going to crap. Shootings are out of control. I mean, listen, the crime rate is up 300-something+%. If you really cared about the people, you would be focusing on that instead of focusing on SJW rhetoric. I don't understand, man. I don't understand. Y'all help me understand this. This is it's just getting out of hand. I don't understand how these politicians they keep getting reelected and they keep pushing an agenda and people don't call them out for it. Bill de Blasio is probably the worst thing that ever happened in New York. I'm not understanding how you can write that or read that any other way. The police department has absolutely zero respect for him because he glorifies criminals. He glorifies criminals. He don't want any bail. They have bail reform. You don't have to bail out of jail because it's too punitive to criminals and all this stuff. And when you don't have a bail reform, not only are people going in and getting out, that's called recidivism, ladies and gentlemen. Not only are they going in and getting out, it emboldens people to be able to take chances on the system because they know if they don't hit this threshold, they're going to get out the next day. And the reason why, in my personal opinion, it's beneficial, as a former police officer, it's beneficial for people to have bail and for people to not be able to just walk out of jail after they committed the crime because they have a level of skin in the game. Right? If you have to pay or put up some money to get out, you're going to make sure you come back or you're not going to put yourself in that position more than likely. But when you have no incentives, you have no skin in the game, what is stopping you from committing a crime and then getting out and committing another crime? Let me give you an example. Because a lot of these politicians don't want to talk in reasonableness. But police officers know this. That's why they don't like Bill de Blasio. If you had a guy and he went into jail, he got arrested for, just say, criminal damage, right? He went and slashed his girlfriend's tires. That's a misdemeanor. That's not a felony. That's a misdemeanor. And it's a misdemeanor in Arizona. I'm sure it's a misdemeanor out in New York. It's a misdemeanor. It's just tires, right? No threshold of criminal damage. It's not over $5,000 or whatever the case may be, which is the threshold of making it a felony. Now, threshold of making it a felony is way over $5,000, but you get what I'm saying. So you go to jail and you're upset because you went to jail. So when you get out, you're even more upset. You don't have to bond out. You don't have to do none of that. You're even more upset and you go do something more heinous right after you get out. No bail required. What do you know? Now you have more perpetuation of a crime. People don't understand that criminals are not just a one-trick pony. I want y'all to understand that. A criminal is not just like, oh no, I just vandalize buildings. That's all I do. I'm just a vandal. That's all I do. No. If you are living a life of crime, you are either on the level of progression or you are already prolific at criminal behavior. Meaning that you may go from tagging a building to criminal damage to arson. You know, like it progressively gets worse if there's no punitive measures. So if you are slapping them on the wrist right here at vandalism, you're slapping them on the wrist at criminal damage, you're slapping them on the wrist, it's too late when you at arson. And then arson that involves people losing their lives. You're too late when you get to that point. Same thing with all these other petty crimes. Petty crimes. These petty crimes lead to bigger crimes. When you're younger, you do this. You get older, it's more heinous. When you're not being stopped, you just progress in a way that's counterproductive to the city, yourself, and the public. I don't understand how we don't get that. I didn't go to school to learn all this psychology of the brain. I just have common sense. But your politicians don't care. They are just saying what's popular so they can gain favor amongst people that they hope will vote for them without knowing the truth of the fruits of their labor. That's what they're hoping. If it's trending, if it sounds good, let's be in favor with the mob so that we can get enough favor to get voted in again because we seem like virtuous individuals. Shameful. Bill de Blasio is shameful. All these leftist lunatics are shameful. You don't even want to talk about what's going on in Portland and in Washington State and other places that are just liberal hacks. But ladies and gentlemen, I can talk about this for about 3 or 4 hours. I want you to watch the rest of my videos. Comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about what I said. Also visit TatumReport.com, TatumReport.com, where you get all the news. Ladies and gentlemen, like and subscribe to the channel. You get all your Tatum merch at TatumReport.com as well. See you on the next one. I'm out.